Hello everyone, welcome back. So I'm taking the C32 out for sort of its second little test drive. The first video was just a quick, maybe 1-2 minutes around the cul-de-sac and street. I'm gonna go out and warm the engine up a little bit today. I've got still quite a pretty good sized list of things I need to do. I just thought I'd make a quick little clip of another GoPro. This time the mount's actually on the moonroof, upside down. So I'm going to see how this comes out. And I'm just going to go out for a few minutes to warm this guy up. Sort of two reasons for that. One is I want to change the oil. It's got pretty high mileage. It's almost 160,000 miles. And who knows when or who changed the oil last. So that's definitely a priority before I drive it any kind of long distance at all. Long distance being probably more than 5 miles. And it's freaking cold here again, so at least sub-freezing temperatures. Brings the garage temperature down pretty low too. It's not very well insulated, but sort of my latest thing is if I get my vehicle warmed up, I can pull it in the garage, pop the hood, let it sit for a few minutes, and then depending on ambient temperature outside or in the garage, it can warm it up in there by like 20 degrees. So it's much better than little space heaters I've got, and I'm sort of too cheap to throw in insulation right now and buy a big heater. But anyway, oh yeah. So it seems to put along pretty good. I like that. You know, the drivetrain was all replaced, and part of the test drives too is just to make sure that that's all good, holding fast. I've double, triple checked everything when I put it all back together, so I'm not perfect, but I'm hoping that works out pretty well. So I'm just doing a little stint around the area here, kind of my neighborhood, just again to warm the engine up. Got some other things I want to check, probably closer to the top of the list is just the fluids, all the fluids. I haven't really done anything under the engine bay that I need to do like that. Brake fluid check, power steering fluid, coolant level, you know, all the basic maintenance stuff you want to check before you actually go out and drive your car too far, especially a used car with this high mileage, especially one that doesn't look like it's been taken very good care of, like this one. What else have I got to do? Another big thing on the list is the air ducts into the air cleaner. Two of the pieces were missing. They're little short pieces, come right off of the air cleaner, and you can't buy those separately. I couldn't find anywhere that I could buy them just on eBay or anything like that. So I had to buy actually a used air cleaner system off of what looked like a pretty good used C32. So I'm hoping to maybe put those on today too. And what else? I don't know. I've got a lot of other stuff. Transmission fluid, of course. Maybe a transmission fluid flush change with the filter when I get around to that. The diffie fluid, again, high mileage. Who knows if and when it's ever been changed. That's high, pretty high on the list too before I go far. So, you know, pretty good amount of stuff to do still. I've seen a lot of comments on some of the forums about different pulley bearings going bad over time. You can watch the video of a guy Max, if you're watching, driving along in a C32, and I think it was the idler pulley bearing that just blew on the highway. That looked pretty nasty, so I'd like to avoid anything like that if at all possible. So I'm gonna maybe pull the belt off and check all those guys, make sure, you know, all those bearings look good, sound good. If not, well, just add it to the expense sheet. What else? There's a few other things. I don't know if you can see how clear it comes out from the video, but the windshield on this, I've got a large crack on the driver's side, large crack on the passenger side, and the windshield is just pitted like crazy. I've actually never seen a windshield so pitted. So I've scrubbed this windshield inside and out, and this is as good as it gets, and it's not good. So it's definitely hinders a little bit of visibility, especially in any kind of inclement weather, night driving. I drove it around the block the other night, and that was, I don't know, just annoying to have not clear vision. There's the engine bay is really dirty. Usually that's not a priority, but I think part of the reason it's dirty is there's some weather stripping seals under the hood that prevent dirt, other stuff from getting in there, and that's missing. I guess not too surprisingly, but I've ordered another one of those that I hope fits, and I'd like to clean out the engine bay, get that everything under there just clean, so I can see if there's any leaks or anything going on under there. So that's on the list. Some other minor, semi-minor cosmetic stuff, along with the windshield. The tinted windows, they're scratched all to heck too. It's like it got sand or something in maybe the door or the window jams. Raising the windows up and down, just again, it really impairs the visibility from side to side. And you know, I don't know if it's just a bad tent job combined with dirt, or if it's just so much dirt and sand getting into the car, doors, that it really just took its toll on the tent. So I think I'm going to pull all that off at some point. I don't know if I'll redo it myself, but I'll at least pull it off myself. Looks like the back windows have a little bit of that too. Not as annoying as a driver, but the driver's side window is the worst. And again, combined with the windshield, the poor visibility, it's just not something I want to deal with, or I'm not comfortable with. So anyway, yeah, I'm just tooling around a couple miles, warm the engine up like I said, heading back into my neighborhood now. You know, it seems to drive really nice, smooth, power seems pretty good. Not, you know, I don't have another C32 exactly to compare it with. I've got my SLK 32, but I haven't really tried to push this thing too much either yet, just because of the extensive repairs I had to do on it myself. I want to kind of take it easy, get there slowly, but soon enough. It feels good, it feels nice, it's quiet, it's smooth, doesn't feel like it's pulling anywhere. Probably check maybe the wheel alignments at some point, since I've had to do so much on it. And yeah, kind of a laundry list of things to do, but I think we'll get there. Just chip away at it. There's definitely nothing I don't feel like I can't do to it, so as long as the engine stays strong. But that's part of cleaning the air filters and checking all the pulleys, bearings, and changing the oil. I may have to change it a couple times. I just feel comfortable with it. Let's see. moves along okay. I don't feel like it's quite as peppy as my SLK at the moment, but I'll get there too. May have to do some checks on spark plugs, spark plug wires, just maintenance stuff on a car this old with this high miles, but I think it'll all work out. Well, it'll have to work out one way or the other, so I'm not too worried about it. I would like to just get it to the point where I can drive it with confidence, and I'm thinking about using it just as my commuter car for a little while. I'll see how it goes after that. So yeah, so here we are. Pull it into the garage, warm the garage up, and then I'll start on probably an oil change. So, as always, thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, leave them down below, and I'll get to them like I always do. So, thanks again. Stay tuned.